Welcome everybody to the Sac Backyard. I'm Chris. We're in Sacramento, California, Zone 9B. It's a beautiful day. Thought I'd give you a quick garden tour, give you an update on everything growing back here, because it's doing really good. We're in the middle of prime time growing season, and we got so much fruit. All right. Yeah. Like, look at this. Everywhere. Yeah? How's it taste?
Good.
All right. Ripe for the picking, huh? That's what I'm talking about. Let's do it. Like candy, nature's candy.
Yeah, nature's candy.
That's right. Big thumbs up.
Yeah, big thumbs up.
All right. Everything has fruit on it. It's ripe or almost ripe. We got some plums in the weeping Santa Rosa plum tree. It's doing just what it was supposed to do. It was growing straight up. Now it's got fruit and it's starting to weep down. You can see the fruit up here. It's green. Pretty soon it'll be purple. I think one's turning purple here. Let me see. Where is it? Right there. There you go. It's a nice color. So this Santa Rosa plum tree, I've had it for 3 years now. And it's definitely the most vigorous grower. So I try to prune it every year right after the fruit gets done, after we harvest it. Try to prune it and maintain it. Otherwise it might get bigger than the house. But it's a blessing to have, a tree that just gives so much fruit. It says it was on an ultra dwarf fruit stock, but it's at least a semi-dwarf fruit stock. But yeah, it's doing great. We got fruit all up in here, even down here, over here. So here's our bougainvillea. It's just giving off a bunch of green leafy growth. I stopped watering it and stopped fertilizing it. So I cut off the drip system back here to it, but it's still just a lot of leafy growth. But on the other side, it gets a lot of sun, and I think it gets flowers pretty soon. But I cut it all the way back in the winter because it has this thorny growth. But this is all the new stuff. So bougainvillea, yeah, it could get out of control if you water it and fertilize it too much. So I stopped doing that, so hopefully it'll start getting flowers pretty soon. I think it just needs more sun, but it gets shaded out by the weeping plum tree quite a bit. But yeah, it vines over the fence back there, and it has all these beautiful flowers. Last year, it looked beautiful. And then here's our blueberries. It's a 3-in-1 in this half a wine barrel right here. I had to cover it with some bird netting because the birds, they could just have a buffet back here if they want. But the blueberries are turning blue and they're plumping up. So in this half a wine barrel with the 3 different varieties in here and one thing, it got some great pollination. So we got some great blueberries here. So looking like it might be ready. There you go. Ryan, you want to try one? Look, I got a pair. One for me, one for you. No, I think it still might be a little sour, but you can still try it. Yeah, it's okay. A little tart. Yeah, but it's okay.
Not sour.
No? It's good?
Yeah.
That's good. Yeah, so I suggest if you want to grow good blueberries, this is the way to do it. But we're gonna leave these on here and let them get a little bit riper, okay? Yeah, right. I'm just showing what the blueberries look like over here. But we got plenty of other fruit to eat, you know that? Like a ton of blackberries. We're gonna get the blackberries. We're gonna eat those. All right.
Okay.
So here you go. Cover this back up so the birds can't get it.
Yeah.
And then since it's so shaded out back here, we got the ferns. The sword fern is just growing like crazy over here. Looks really cool. Like something out of the jungle, the forest. Got the asparagus fern. Over here, I just put this one in because I had a Korean box fern, but that one died of some disease. So I heard these ones get pretty big in California over here. We got the azalea bushes. They haven't quite flowered yet, but they get pretty flowers. Got the autumn ferns. So these have gotten some new growth here. Looks pretty good. But all this is shaded area, so I need shade-loving plants. So that's why I put these here. These are red azaleas, actually. They flowered a little bit in the spring. Probably have to wait till the fall. More autumn fern. Here's the sky flower. This one got super big. And as you can see, it's gonna get some flowers pretty soon. Right here, some purple flowers. Some mulberries. Got some mulberries here. These are really good. Kind of like a cross between black and raspberries. So I just let that fill up here. And it's a good privacy cover. Over here you got the grapes, the trellis of grapes. Got a whole bunch of grapes growing here. This one's a golden chalice. So we just got a bunch of clusters. So this one definitely was the winner this year. So can't wait to try those. But the grapes are looking beautiful this year. Thank goodness. Last year I had a little bit of a white powdery mildew issue. So I got 3 varieties of grapes here. Got the golden chalice, the red flame grape, and the green Thompson. But the green Thompson didn't produce any flowers. Just a lot of green growth. And the red flame grape didn't produce any flowers either. So golden chalice was the winner this year. But I guess it's hit and miss. Some years you get some years you don't. So it's okay. We got a lot of fruit. That's why you grow multiple different fruits. And here we got the black raspberry. My son's just been eating a bunch of them. He loves them. He'll just come back here and pick all these. And these have thorns on them, but I don't even have to worry about covering them because the birds don't come over here because the thorns. So it's a good way for the plant to protect its fruit. So I actually kind of like the thorns on here. But this one kind of tastes like a Jolly Rancher, kind of like candy. And it's just so much. I mean, look at it. He loves them, huh? So black raspberry, yeah. And the vines don't really spread. I got 2 plants growing down here. It just goes up the trellis and over along the string lights, and it's great. Got my pollinator flowers to attract the pollinators in. Got some wildflowers here. Pollinator wildflower packs. I just Put the seeds down and it grew. Here's the results. And one of my cherry trees, it's just big, grows straight up, doesn't get in the way, so I put it here. And then over here we got the pomegranates. We got 2 big bushes or trees, whatever you want to call it, and 2 varieties here. I put them right next to each other. It's white and red pomegranate. So it just had a ton of flowers, and we're getting some good pomegranates here. We got a bunch of last year. The plant's been here for 3 years in the ground. So we had so many, we just made pomegranate juice. It was really good. Put a tomato plant down here. It's called Sun Sugar. So little cherry tomatoes, those are our favorite. And then we got gooseberries. I don't see any gooseberries on this one yet though. Then we got a 6-in-1 variety of apple right here, all in one tree. It got a ton of flowers, but a lot of them fell off. Some even got fire blight. So I cut all of it out, and still a lot of fruit on here though, as you can see. Some apples. It's looking great. I'll take what I could get. It's 3 years old, so it's not bad. I mean, every year it's gonna get better. Then you go back here where he is, and it's our little secret spot. Huh? Yeah. We got a little seat back here. Here's the other side of the pomegranate tree. And then we got some more blueberry bushes here, but these ones are in the ground. But they didn't do quite as good. I acidified the soil and everything like you're supposed to. Put a bunch of peat moss, and it turned out good. I mean, we still got blueberries. Just not as big and plump like the other ones though. These ones look a little bit drier. Yeah. But that's okay. This will get more shade next year, and I think these will do better next year. I just put them in last year because I had them in small pots and they didn't do good. So here's the pineapple guava. 3 years in the ground. It's a slow grower, but it's almost up to the fence now. And we did have some flowers up here. So I'm not sure if I'm gonna get fruit or not, but that's okay. As long as the plant is healthy and growing. Here's a pink guava. So this one, it's a slow grower too. But it looks like as long as you're getting new green growth, that's all that matters. The plant's healthy then. So you don't have to worry about it. Just be patient. That's what gardening's all about. Then we got wildflowers down here. There's the result. Looking good. I just scattered wildflower seeds throughout the yard and they're still blooming. Okay, here's a blackberry. Columbia Star, it's called. I just put this in last year, so getting some little berries from it. But they look like they're ready, or almost ready. I like to check the squishiness. That's how I could kind of tell. When they real plump up, look like they're gonna burst, these little bubble things. That's how I tell. You're gonna go inside? Okay. Thank you for joining me. So, continuing on. Oh, one more thing. Here's a blackcurrant over here. I just kind of fill in the spots. So perfect little spot in the middle of this apple tree. And we're getting some actually. They're green, then they turn black. It's a blackcurrant. So I'm gonna give it a little bit longer. And then I'm gonna eat it, try it. So that's kind of cool. I've never tried those. And then we got our 2 nectarine trees. One's white, one's red. And it looks like the white one's almost ready. Just about. I mean, the fruit on it is huge. So it's looking really good. I even had to put a ladder to support the weight because I was afraid the branch was gonna break, but I didn't want to thin it out too much because it's got some good looking fruit. I already thinned it out. So that's almost ready. 2 trees side by side. So this one's ready. And then this one's got a bunch of small ones. So this will be ready maybe like 2 or 3 more weeks, which is good. So then when I'm done with this one will start to get ready. Then I'll probably have to do the same thing, put a ladder under that one. Probably give some to the neighbors. That's what I did last year. And then this one, the cherry tree. We already picked all the cherries off of this one. They're ready in the month of May, actually. So that's good. They were delicious. This one is 4 varieties in one. It's a Bing, Lappins, Van, and Rainier cherry. So this one back here is a Rainier cherry tree. Just kind of back there doing its own thing. It didn't give me any cherries this year, so hopefully next year. And if not, because it's been in the ground 3 years, I might have to take it out and just let this cherry tree take over. So then we got our pluot tree here. It's a 4-in-1 variety. We got the Flavor Queen, Flavor King, Flavor Supreme, and Dapple Dandy. As you can see, we got some pluots. 4 different varieties up in here. So here's one variety. Look like it's starting to get some color. That one's getting ready. This variety right here is still green. Still has ways to go. That's good though. And then this one back here has some. It's kind of like medium. Little ways to go. And then you got this one, which is the most vigorous variety. I think that's the Dapple Dandy. As you can see, kind of takes over this whole side. It's got a bunch of fruit up in here. So pretty soon we'll have some pluots. Then of course you got all the berries down here. And it's nice because the hot Sacramento sun usually burns and dries out the berries, but underneath all this canopy, kind of dappled shade, they don't dry out, but they do really good. So you got this variety. I forgot what it's called, but I've had it for like 3 years in here. That one's almost ready. It's kind of like a smaller, bushier one. And then this one's like a dwarf blackberry plant. And this one's almost ready. Still red though. That's good. Some will be ready, some will still have a ways to go. You space out your harvest. That's how you do it. And this one's a raspberry. All this viney one right here. But it looks like we're getting some buds and some flowers. So this raspberry variety is actually really good. I've tried it before. So that's exciting. Maybe get a fall harvest. And then over here we have a raspberry bush called raspberry shortcake. It just kind of propagated all over all these raspberries and blackberries. I just let it spread, kind of like a patch. So nothing really yet on this one though. So we'll see. I think there's a little bit of flowers in there somewhere. But the star of the show is this Primark Freedom. I mean, this one, man, as soon as I put it in, it just went crazy. But look at this. I mean, these are good to go. When I'm talking about they plump up, that's what it looks like. All over. It's crazy. I mean, just everywhere. And we already had a round of blackberries already that we ate. I brought some to work, shared with my coworkers, and it just goes all the way down here. Here. Let me show you. Now I put this shade cloth up so the birds don't get it and it protects it from the sun, which is good, otherwise the berries will dry out. But yeah, look at that. It's just blackberry after blackberry. We're gonna get like at least 3 or 4 bowls. So yeah, and they're really good. You can even make blackberry pancake. That's the one we like. Okay. Then over here you got the pear tree, which there's a lot of pears in here. Like here's one. Here's a couple of pears right here. And they're not too big, but they're heavy. They're starting to weigh down the branches. And as you can see, starting to lean a little bit, but that's cool. It's definitely giving me a lot of pears here. So that it's a Bartlett pear tree. And back here I have an apple grafted onto it. So this one's growing more than the actual Bartlett pear tree actually. So down here we got some apples. It's a Golden Dorset. And they've gotten pretty big. I might have to take one of them off. It's getting kind of heavy. I think there's another one back there. Yeah, so had a little experiment, grafted a bunch of scions onto different varieties of the trees. And this one just was the only one that took and grew like crazy. So I got apples on a pear tree. Here's the lime tree. First year we're getting limes. And there's some of them. So I'm gonna just let it get tall, grow over the neighbor's fence, let them get some limes. And it's looking good back here. Here we got the clementine, mandarin, and we got some fruit setting on here. It's like the little cuties you get, or the halos. So we like those. And it doesn't grow crazy huge. And then we got, I'm gonna grow like a hedge, like a little citrus hedge, but it's 3 different plants growing in here. So we got it in the gummy kumquat, kind of in the middle right here. And then over here, a Mineola Tangelo. And this one is supposed to get kind of big. So I'm gonna let it get big and just kind of take over here. and then try to make like a little tunnel, like you go under it. So it's doing really good. And I know there's a couple of fruits in here. And then we just got the flower alley, like some roses, little rose bushes, some salvia. This one's like a purple marigold flower. This one's kind of like a carnation kind of plant. And this one's actual carnation. So, and I put a bunch of seeds down here, some wildflower seeds. So those have been growing, as you can see. There you go. Yeah, it said it would bloom all year long up until winter. So it's kind of cool. And then we got lemon guava right here. And it just has flowers all over. The bees were going crazy the other day. So gonna get a lot of guavas. Lemon guava. I haven't tried it yet, but it sounds delicious. And strawberry guava. Now this one I've had for 2 years, this one I've had for 3 years. So this one's getting a bunch of fruit. And I put them in this spot where it gets shade from the evening sun, and they seem to like it more. So they're doing really good there now. And that's pretty much it. We got the succulents. They've been here for a couple years, doing really good. Kind of my scraggly palm tree, pick-me palm. I gotta prune that up. And yeah, I just been having my hands full. So I've been busy back in the garden. So can't nobody love your garden like you can. So just enjoy it, be in the present, you know. And that's what I've been doing. But it's good to share every once in a while. So that's why I'm making this video. And I'm just gonna enjoy the rest of the day. But thank you for joining me. And if you like the video, give me a thumbs up or a comment. I do appreciate that. And have a happy gardening day. Thank you.